Welcome back to Biz Audio. My name is Max, and here are your radio headlines for Thursday, the 4th of June. Aaron Chilcott has celebrated 25 years in radio at the Capital Radio Network. He is currently an announcer and programmer, and he was still in high school when he presented his first ever radio show called Aaron Live at 5. I like the rhyme there, so congratulations to Aaron Chilcott. And there's been a billboard that's been circling around online with 91.1 Hot FM and CFM up in Queensland. With Hot FM breakfast duo Sam and Ash, their ad placement for this, I gotta say, is very interesting and very funny as well. I saw it and I didn't think it was real. I did double check with Mark Hine, the content director over there. But it's called We Like It on Top. That's the top of the billboard. And then down below you have CFM's billboard. Very, very well placed, very well thought out, and I think very, very funny. And back at the Capital Radio Network, Rick Lenarchich has been appointed the CEO of the network. He was at Grant Broadcasters and SCA, and formerly of Nine Radio. He worked there for 18 months as the head of direct sales and operations. The Capital Radio Network is owned by the Blighton Group and includes radio stations in Canberra, Gippsland, and all over. Snow FM, Eagle FM, 2CC, 2CA, all those sort of stations. And I think that is a great appointment. I'm glad that the Capital Radio Network are sort of keeping up. Of course, we have the two main regional networks, Capital Radio and Super Radio Network. And actually, speaking of the Super Radio Network, there has been a new appointment to the Chris Smith Across Australia team. I'm a bit late to this one, but don't worry. I think I might be the first to announce this one as well. Jacinda Morris has been appointed the new producer on Chris Smith Across Australia. She replaced Phil Sylvester, who had been there with the network since January 2025. He departed and joined the One Nation team as an advisor to Senator Sean Bell. Jacinda has worked at Sky News and the Foxtel Group, and I'm glad to see that the 2SM name is getting back out there. If you head over to news.com.au, you can see 2SM's banner there. Yes, that was really lovely to see when I logged on to news.com yesterday. And the Christian O'Connell Show has officially celebrated its 8th year anniversary. 1,512 shows, and they celebrated by giving out 1,512 Viennettas. I had to do a bit of research on what a Viennetta was, as some of you might know. I'm only 16. I'm not too sure how long they've been around for, but they look delicious. And look, Intern Pete, if you have one left over, please send it over to the Biz Audio Studios. I'd love to taste test it. And maybe we need a food podcast, maybe Biz Eats or something like that. That's just throwing it out there. If you guys might be interested in something like that, let me know. But you can follow Biz Audio on Instagram. I'm still curious to see what's happening with Cruise 1323 in Adelaide. It feels like it's just been forgotten about for the past few years. And they said it's transforming into Gold 1323. There's been no talk of that, since probably about February, maybe March. So it's sort of forgotten about. I know that they got Craig Huggins on breakfast and Bilko doing a networked afternoons from up in, I think, Zinc FM in Queensland. So, look, I can't wait to see what they do with that, because I think it's a really powerful station. It can be powerful. I think one of Adelaide's only classic hits stations. But, of course, ARN have got a lot going on with legal disputes at the moment, so we'll see what happens there.